if you can find something you really enjoy doing, and I've been at this a few times in my career, believe it or not, where I've thought, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this. I love it so much. But honestly, if you find something that just connects with you, just go for it and give it your all, and you will have a blast. You will soon get tired of it, but that's good because you're up to the next level then and you're looking for more. So always keep that tension, always be driving for that improvement in yourself and with others as well around you. So my name is Hazel Howard. I'm currently the Director of Learning and Development at a company called CALYX. And CALYX is quite a small organisation. We're a populated of just over 2,000 employees with a global presence. And what we fundamentally do is, you'll probably be familiar with pharmaceutical companies. So when a drug is being developed, it has to go through clinical trials to make sure it's safe to go into humans. And what CALYX does is it partners with these pharmaceutical companies to design software and technology solutions during these trials. So that's our core purpose. So obviously I'm not from England, I'm Scottish. I've not lost my accent, even though I've lived in England longer than Scotland. And I went to the University of Stirling and I studied psychology, as I mentioned. So the people aspect particularly inspired me. Yeah. I went into personnel. My first job was down in Windsor in Berkshire. And I worked in the kind of different bakeries. So Rank Hovis McDougall was the company. The Hovis might be the giveaway in terms of what they do. It was the bread part, the British bakeries I worked in. And then I left there and I went to work in Boots the Chemist. And Boots the Chemist, I was responsible for all the training of the shop. So I had a team and there was 12 of them, and they would write training programs and they would pass the training programs to the trainers who would deliver them to all the people in the shops. So when you think about it, that was touching about 55,000 people, this training, through 2,500 shops across the UK. So really, really great product, great environment to work in as well. And then I went for another challenge in Muller, the yogurt people. And so that was manufacturing. So I've gone through retail, I've gone through manufacturing now as well. So I established the learning and development department there. And then I left Muller. I did a little bit of consultancy, so working for myself. So you got to see a different side of the corporate environment. And then I've now come to CALYX. Sorry, before that, actually, I've missed one out. I went to work with AstraZeneca. So AstraZeneca was between Boots and Muller. And AstraZeneca was quite a long time. I was there for about 13 years. So I was actually there with a company called Astra, and then it merged with Zeneca. And during that time, again, I was always part of the learning and development team. And it was such a rich experience. Again, I took every opportunity to learn about the different cultures. How do we bring them together? How do we get a unified set of values into the organization? What training do people need to be effective leaders? What are our leadership competencies going to look like? What are we going to stand for? So you might be familiar with AstraZeneca because it's been in the news quite a lot recently in relation to COVID as well. And so I've had a bit of a mixed career, if you like, between pharmaceutical, between retail and manufacturing. When I started, as I say, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I'm of a generation, it was tended to be what you studied, you went into. Yes. And I was kind of like, what options do I have here? But I loved HR because it covered, a multitude of touch points of people in their career. The one aspect that I was particularly passionate about, linked to the psychology degree, was psychometric testing. Now, this sounds a bit psycho-babbly, I get that. But what we tend to use psychometric testing is testing for people's preferences, how they like to work, for example, where they perform at their best, but also it can be used for some tools for recruitment as well. And I remember going for my job at Boots, and the interviewer said to me, the first candidate has lots of psychometric testing experience, and this is fundamental to the job, and I didn't have any. And I thought, oh, right, okay. So I said, okay, I don't have any, clearly, but I'd love to learn. And then I got a phone call to invite me back for my second interview. And I remember saying to them, talk about selling yourself, not. I said, I don't have the psychometric testing experience. And they went, no, but we like you. And I want to come on to that a little bit later, because it's important about the passion you have for something and how that's exuded in your career. So to go back to answer your question, absolutely. The business element of people has always interested me. My thesis at university was on work motivation. So what inspires people to get to work? And people often say, oh, it's the money. When you start to scratch beneath the surface, there's a lot more to it than that. And that absolutely fascinated me. You can always be taught skills. That's what I'll say. So every one of you has something unique to bring to the work environment. And every one of you is special and has a unique talent as a result of that. And I want you to believe in that and believe in yourself. That is so, so important. An employer will look for that passion for learning and that ability to get on with other people. Those are the two key skills, I would say, because what we want is somebody who's willing to participate, willing to get involved, wants to be part of the environment they're working in. The skills can be taught. The actual desire to learn, the passion, how you show up, if you like, we can't teach that. So that's unique to you. So if I take you back to me being asked to come back for an interview at Boots, it was me they liked. I didn't have the skills at that point, but they saw something in me that would fit with the culture of that environment. And what I say to each one of you, if you're in a situation and you're not comfortable, it's maybe not the right environment for you at this moment in time. So start to look at where you fit, what your passion is, what your purpose is, because you want to be excited by the job. You want to do something that you enjoy, but you also want to do something that gives you purpose and you feel is adding value. And what we find is if you're not getting that, we're back to a transactional relationship, and that's not where you want to be. So it's thinking about, what am I really here to do? What purpose am I here to serve? And I know this sounds a little bit deep, but if you can find something you really enjoy doing, and I've been at this a few times in my career, believe it or not, where I've thought, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this. I love it so much. But honestly, if you find something that just connects with you, just go for it and give it your all, and you will have a blast. You will soon get tired of it, but that's good, because you're up to the next level then and you're looking for more. So always keep that tension, always be driving for that improvement in yourself and with others as well around you.